The member for Pearce.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Deputy Prime Minister. What is the Albanese Labor government doing to clean up the defence procurement mess left by the previous government? Thank you.
We give the call to the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Defence.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker, and can I thank the member for Pearce for her very important question. In coming to office, the Albanese Labor government has inherited a defence procurement mess. When those opposite were in power, there were 28 different programs that were running a total of 97 years over time. Hunter-class frigates, 4 years late, $15 billion over budget. The Spartan battlefield aircraft, 4.5 years late, unable to fly into a battlefield. Offshore patrol vessels, a year late. Evolved Cape-class patrol vessels, another year late. And that's before we even start talking about submarines. When it came to defence announcements, those opposite were best in class. Vaudeville, hoopla, we saw Top Gun music. It was always showtime. It was as if they were trying to tap dance our adversaries into submission. Those opposite, their strategy was to have Australia walk onto the battlefield. Their strategy was to have Australia walk onto the battlefield armed with press releases. But when it comes to actually delivering capability, getting the hard power equation right, those opposite were the single worst defence procurement government in our nation's history, and not least because they themselves were a picture of chaos. In 9 years, we had 7 different defence ministers, the last of whom is sitting right there as the leader of the opposition. And all of this at a time when we are facing the most precarious strategic circumstances since the Second World War. Under those opposite, Australia's lost decade could not have come at a more damaging historic moment. Now, under Labor, it's going to be different. We are getting back to the basics, establishing an independent project management office within defence. I mean, we understand defence projects are large, they are complex, they don't always go right, which is why it's so important that you have objective criteria and metrics before projects are put on the project of interest, project of concern list. And when they are, we're going to make sure that there are monthly reports to ministers so that we can get those projects back on track. In other words, we are going to actively manage defence procurement because we get that the defence budget is going to increase, which is why it's so important that the quality of defence expenditure is excellent, so that we can deliver value for money for taxpayers and much better capabilities which keep Australians safe.